Hey guys, so this is a bit of an extra video tagged on to the end of the course because I've seen in the private crypto Facebook group a few repeating questions, so to speak. And so the first one is from Habib Azam, and basically he's asking how to know when to pull out of the crypto market. How do we know when the market's going to die or crash, etc.? And it's a really good question, and the honest answer is no one really knows. I don't know. All I can do is what I will add me on, stay in the group, because anything that happens big time I will be posting and keeping you guys up to date. But the thing is, before a popping pops, before any crash pops, there's always a good 6 months to a year beforehand where the smart money or people who are really clued up about it knows. So at the moment, in terms of like the stock market right now, it's so toppy and you need to get the hell out of it right now. So at the moment, we haven't seen any signs of that, and also the public are not in yet. And so it's the public that come rushing into a market at the last minute that pops bubbles. And also, don't forget, there's still 3.2 billion people out there without the internet, without bank accounts, etc. So when the unbanked finally get internet access, they're not going to open up a bank account. They're going to open up a crypto account of some sort. I mean, that is like the real masses coming in. Now, personally, I think that they will probably come in after I think what will happen is we'll have this big tech bubble 2.0 crash, it'll pop, and then eventually when the market, matures a bit, technology will catch up, and then the 3.2 or probably 3.5 billion people by then will come in. But I personally think when it is literally everywhere, like as I said in previous videos, when you're hearing people in Love Island investing in Bitcoin, or I don't watch Love Island, but or any TV, but like when it's everywhere. At the moment, Bitcoin is starting to get a bit of traction, but people have heard about it. Not many people are actually putting their money into it. So there is a bit of a difference there. And unfortunately, there's no real way to see how many active users there are in the crypto world, because there's so many exchanges out there. And you can't do it by wallets, because I myself I've got crap loads of wallets, and you too will also. So I think, yeah, in terms of, I think top slicing is probably a good idea. One of the cleverest people I know is a guy called James Barrington Brown, runs God knows how many businesses. I see him as one of my business mentors. He's all in on cryptos as well, and what he plays the cheapies, but like in a hardcore way. And every time a coin rises up about 500% in profit, he'll basically take that profit out and then reinvest it elsewhere, or take that profit out back into Tether or Bitcoin or whatever, and then wait for it to subside again. So what tends to happen when you see, especially one of the cheapies, you'll see suddenly something will spike 500 to 1,000%. Very often it will at least halve. So what he does, the moment it hits 500%, he takes that profit out and waits till it crashes back down again. Then he will basically come and buy more. So you could do that. You could top slice. You could just continually take profit out of the market. So yeah, unfortunately, there's no real answer. But hopefully, this course has given you all a good sort of a framework, really. So you can then put your own sort of edge and personalize your approach yourself. Excuse the little pattering of feet. That's the dog. So the next one is Kevin, how to claim free coins during a fork. Now, so that's a good, so Kevin Ireland said that. So this is a good topic actually, and it's the topic of hard forks. So a hard fork, another name for it is a 51% attack. So let's take Bitcoin. So recently Bitcoin had a hard fork where what happens is that 51% of the miners decided, no, Bitcoin is not going to continue in this line, and they're going to basically fork into another protocol where, like, Bitcoin has had this scaling issue for a long time because Bitcoin is clunky. It takes forever to transact. I've had to wait up to an hour before just to send Bitcoin from somewhere to somewhere else. And there's so many bad things about it. And so what happened is a whole bunch of people wanted Bitcoin Cash, and so it forked, and so that's basically a more scalable version of Bitcoin. But I'm saying this 10th of October 2017 right now, and there's 2 more Bitcoin forks in front of us. And so what happens, like with the Bitcoin, the first one, Bitcoin Cash, if you held Bitcoin in a private wallet or on an exchange like Coinbase or Kraken or Bittrex, what happened is that on the day of forking, let's say you had 5 Bitcoins in Bittrex, okay? The day it forked, what happens is obviously the 2 chains split, and you were then deposited with free coins. So if you had 5 Bitcoins, all of a sudden you'd have 5 Bitcoin cash, so as in the new coin. And so, yeah, so there's going to be another one. So technically speaking, if you have, a Bitcoin on the exchange or in a cold wallet during the next fork, you'll also get a free coin of whatever the other one is. So that's why looking at coin market cap right now, you won't see from here, but basically Bitcoin has gone up massively. It was like $4,000 a few days ago. It's now $4,800, whereas all the altcoins are basically tanking a little bit. And what's happening is that loads of people are selling all of their altcoins to buy Bitcoin, to have as much Bitcoin as possible before the fork. So yeah, that's basically what's happening at the moment. So so basically I would just keep it in Kraken or Bittrex really, and then you'll get your new coins. It's free money basically. And the last question was from Sasha Tucker, who had some questions about tax, as in what tax you pay with crypto. So basically cryptos falls under capital gains tax. So this is if you're in the UK. At the moment you have £11,000 a year of tax-free profits. So if you make basically 11 grand a year, you don't have to declare any tax. Or you don't have to pay tax on any of that. So if you're a lower income in the lower income tax band, any profits above 11,000, you'll be paying 18%, and if you're a higher tax rate payer, then it's 28% capital gains tax. But what I would do if you do have lots of surplus profits, if you can, just realize 11 grand of profit per year. But if you're in the situation where you have a lot more and you want to extract the profits without, being absolutely hammered by the tax, I would personally find a tax consultant. I don't want to lead you astray there and go, oh, Siam said this, or whatever. So yeah, get a tax consultant if you have ridiculous amounts of profit. So that's a bit of a champagne problem. But yeah, capital gains tax, no different than selling a car or something. So yeah, hope that makes sense, and see you on the Facebook group.